top 10 most influential rappers is coming to our campus in the spring. Find out about this later tonight on News 22.
Good evening and welcome to News 22. I'm Carmen Chow.
And I'm Michelle Geraci.
On Wednesday, the President announced details of the $75 billion housing plan, which features cash incentives for loan servicers. Today, the House is scheduled for a legislation that is a part of a broader housing package. This package is a part of Obama's efforts to prevent housing foreclosures.
General Motors Corporation's auditors have raised substantial doubt that the automakers will be able to continue operations. GM received $13.4 billion in federal loans, but it won't be enough to survive the worst auto sales in 27 years. The company is asking for a total of $30 billion from the government. In the past 3 years, GM has lost up to $82 billion.
As the world economy slows, students around campus need to look for ways to do more with less. Some ways to make a little money is analyze all the objects lying around. Designer label clothing and shoes, musical instruments, collectibles, sporting goods, and even car parts can all generate a good amount of money on online auction sites or in consignment stores. You can also cancel old subscriptions that you do not use anymore. Buying things in bulk helps as well.
55-year-old Carla Nash, who was mauled by a chimpanzee 2 weeks ago, has lost both her hands, nose, lips, eyelids, may be possibly blind, and is suffering brain damage from the incident. The outcome for her potential recovery is still unclear. According to officials, the 200-pound chimpanzee Travis was shot and killed by police and cremated last week. Police are still under investigation whether charges will be pressed against the chimp's owner.
On Thursday, President Obama has invited to the White House more than 120 people who have a wide range of views on how to fix the world's healthcare system. Millions of people are still uninsured, and the president wants to work with Congress in a bipartisan relationship to fix the world's healthcare issues. Among the people in attendance are some from the Clinton administration that were responsible for the healthcare overhaul in the 1990s. Currently, the U.S. spends $2.4 trillion a year on healthcare, while an estimated 48 million Americans lack coverage. Obama's goal is health coverage for everyone.
Antibodies could provide a new way to fight the flu. Researchers have discovered human antibodies that neutralize not only the bird flu, but other strains of influenza as well. They hope to develop them into life-saving treatments. The antibodies, which are immune system proteins that attach to viruses, they could be used to protect frontline workers and others at high risk.
Sunlight, not orange juice, may be the cure to fight that nasty cold or flu. A study done by the University of Colorado, Denver School of Medicine, and Massachusetts General Hospital found that people who has the most vitamin D, not C, in their blood are least likely to suffer from cold and the flu. Most people's vitamin D levels tend to drop in the winter because sunlight helps the body produce it.
Surprise! Saturn has a small moon hidden in its ring. In Pasadena, California, scientists have found a new moon hidden in one of Saturn's dazzling outer rings. The International Cassini Orbiter spotted the moon, which measures about a third of a mile wide. The discovery was announced Tuesday by the International Astronomical Union.
With these hard times ahead of us and a crashing global economy, it's a wonder anyone would think about traveling. But here are the top 5 reasons why you should. According to independenttravelers.com, number 1, no one else is traveling right now. 2, it's cheap. 3, the roads are clear. 4, the economy is bad all over, which means more negotiable prices when you exchange U.S. currency. 5, you can escape and put your troubles behind you for the time being.
The job market and economy is changing, so is student employment on campus. News 22 reporter Sarah Brown has more.
There's a buzz around campus this semester, specifically in the housing department, how the resident assistants have to reapply for their jobs for fall 2009. We went around and talked to some of the RAs to see how they felt on this issue.
Personally, at first, I was a little frustrated by it. I kind of thought once you went through the process, we'd be set, and if we did our job the right way, did the programs, we're enforcers, but we're also, a shoulder to lean on for the residents, we'd be good.
What's the matter?
Yeah.
So I kind of took it personally at first, as many of us did, but now that I'm thinking about it, I actually sort of like it because it gives people an opportunity to move around if they need to, and the transfer process for RAs semester to semester was a little bit choppy before, so hopefully this will make it more fair for everybody.
The RA rehiring process sort of annoys me, but at the same time I can sort of see the utility of it. Like, allegedly they always had the ability to go and rehire us or not because of our contracts, but some hall directors may not have had the cojones to do it, I guess. And going and having a committee do it is nice. And then you go and you have all the RAs get an equal chance of being in different buildings, and that's nice and stuff. But at the same time, like, if you end up getting rid of people, what happens? You end up with like a bunch of new RAs, and that's no better.
For many RAs here on campus, the RA reapplication process is a controversial issue. Hopefully in the future, it will be more liked and understood. For News 22, I'm Sierra Brown.
Thanks, Sarah. To find out more about on-campus employment, visit Eastern's homepage.
Attention to all students who want to be an RA. Next Monday, the RA King will host a mock interview program for all residents who are applying to be a resident assistant. Residents who attend the program will be able to practice their interview skills and get feedback on how to be better prepared. It will be located at Mead Hall from 8 to 9.
News 22 will return after this short break with this week's editorial.
Listen up, Energy Hogs. We got a real porker of a house here. Get in there and waste some energy.
There's no insulation, boss. It's hog heaven.
Leaky windows, too. This is gonna be a breeze.
Perfect. Go wild and waste some wattage.
Time to tan. Oh, there's hot water for just one pair of pants. My kind of place.
Wow, this thing's so old it's gonna take me hours to get dry.
Keep wasting. They'll never know what hit them till they get the energy bill.
What the? Boss, they're home. And they've got energy-efficient bulbs.
You've got the power to get rid of energy hogs. You can help your parents add insulation, put in Energy Star appliances, and lots of other things to make your home hog-free. Find out how at energyhog.org and play fun games, too.
Oh, retreat! Retreat!
Go to energyhog.org and get the energy hogs out of your home.
Hey, wait for me.
We're back, and we have with us James and Simone with this week's editorial.
Thank you, ladies. Over the last 4 years, we have inherited a $1 trillion deficit, a financial crisis, and a costly recession. On Tuesday this week, President Obama delivered a promising speech about his budget and stimulus plans to restore America. Obama plans to deliver a new and revised budget to Congress this week, which encompasses the next 2 years. Barack's improvements are focused on new ways to harvest energy, healthcare, and education. Barack wants to ensure that we can rise from this debt. And one of the underlying issues that is being addressed has been the mishandling of money on Wall Street. And with us we have James Wolfe, representing Wall Street. How are you?
Thanks, I'm doing great, Simone.
Good.
All right, inherently there's a couple things wrong with what you just said. Now, there is a lot more going on than just the financial markets that are causing this downturn. First of all, we had people buying up a lot of mortgages that they couldn't afford. People were buying houses that they just could not afford. Second of all, we have 2 wars going on, Iraq and Afghanistan. I mean, you cannot sustain that kind of spending without having problems in the financial sector, and that's really the crux of the problem. What we need to do is go back to something we know. Our nation knows oil. We need to invest in oil and pull ourselves out of this.
But we know that there's no future in oil, and with Barack's recovery plan, I mean, he plans to raise taxes and, well, actually, he plans to invest $13 billion on wind power, solar power, and natural energy sources, things that are actually going to change and help the economy.
Well, the thing is, you know, I see where you're going with that, but the problem is we've never gone in that direction before. It's unknown. It's an unknown factor. We need to go with something we know. We know oil. Oil's providing jobs.
Well, we know that ExxonMobil has made, 25 cents for every gallon of fuel that we've consumed. Yeah. But after the $18 billion that the CEOs have made, on their market of Exxon, I mean, what are they doing with all that money?
I mean, some of it goes to CEOs, and look, let's break it down. The top 50 CEOs make about $10.7 million a year. But I mean, the rest of the CEOs, they're not making close to that. You know, I'm not going to be able to summer in Monaco. That's a huge change for me. I'm struggling here too. So, I don't know what you're talking about.
That sounds like you're a little out of touch. I mean, the working class citizens are the ones that are seeing the brunt of this recession. Yeah, and I mean, Barack's recovery plan is supposed to raise the taxes for the middle class and lower the taxes for the middle class and raise them for the higher tax and for the higher class. And I mean, that should even things out a little bit. But
look, we've been giving the lower class and the middle class way too many tax breaks as it is. I mean, come on, this is ridiculous. CEOs do a lot of work, if not more work, than the regular workers in the management and the lower levels. I mean, we're flying on planes, we're shaking hands, we're going to meetings, we're cutting costs, we're cutting people that are making our business inefficient. That's what makes capitalism work.
Well, I thought you said you were hiring people, not firing people.
Oh, well, come on. I mean, that's semantics, Simone.
Well, how about instead of firing people, we cut your bonus in half? I mean, maybe that will help a little bit. Hopefully, Barack's recovery plan will help the American people, and maybe once you realize all the power that you have, we'll figure this out.
Look, go drive your Volvo station wagon. You're just way out there. Go buy some gas because that's what we need to stimulate this economy. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, once we stop robbing people, maybe we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Listen, I don't cheat people. I don't rob people.
This week's editorial.
Impossible. It's never too early to start reading to your kids. Are you prepared for what awaits you? There are amazing possibilities when you open a child's mind to reading. Log on to the Library of Congress website and let the journey begin.
Jess, I don't know what to do.
What's wrong? I thought today was the night. What happened?
I know it's supposed to be, but he doesn't have a condom. He said he doesn't have any money. He spent it all at the bar.
Well, don't go through with it if he doesn't have a condom.
I know, but he really wants it.
Oh, I know. I heard the other day that Health Services gives away free condoms.
Free condoms?
Free condoms!
Whoa! Did I just hear you guys say free condoms?
Free condoms! Health Services not only takes care of you when you're sick, but helps you stay healthy. They provide free information, services, and free condoms. They have male and female condoms and are there for any questions you have. Stop by Health Services for any questions or concerns. Remember, Eastern, stay safe.
A message to all the females: March is National Women's Month. Next Tuesday, residents in each dorm will have the opportunity to donate items like shampoo, body wash, nail polish remover, and other feminine items to the Network Against Domestic Abuse. Every male and female should help out their fellow females and participate in this donation.
Grab those bowling balls. Bowling for Bucks Eastern Annual Bowl-a-thon will be on March 7th. This is a great way to have some fun with friends and do some good at the same time. The tradition is held annually. The Eastern community and local businesses are both involved to support this scholarship fundraiser. Each team will consist of 4 bowlers, and each bowler must have at least $30 to bowl. It will be held at 11 a.m. on Saturday at the Willie Bowl located on Route 6, North Windham. For more information, visit the Eastern website.
The Carl Lutz exhibit will be on display in the library from February 26th through March 21st. The Swiss diplomat's life's work and heroic actions helped save the lives of more than 62,000 Jews in Hungary during World War II.
In the Johnston Room of the library, Dr. Ruth Butler will be giving a lecture and answering questions. Dr. Ruth Butler is the author of Hidden in the Shadow of the Master, the model wife of Cézanne Monet, and Rodin. The lecture will be on Wednesday, March 11 at 3:00 p.m.
The Vagina Monologues will be performed at 7 p.m. on March 12th and 13th in the Student Center Theater. Actresses from Eastern and the community will present monologues about women overcoming adversity, accepting their bodies, and reclaiming their sexuality. The event is sponsored by the Women's Center in association with March being Women's Month.
This past Tuesday, Eastern held its first ever Battle of the Chefs. The battle began at noon in the Student Center, where 2 teams of 3 cooks squared off against each other to see who had the best dish. Teams were given 30 minutes to prepare, cook, and design their dishes. Then it was up to the judges to decide who had the best cooking skills. Members of Team Spice Girl Christiane Baker, Amanda Winters, and Anne-Marie Saez cooked up a unique dish, stuffed chicken and citrus salad. Samantha Perron, Abby Toole, and Kevin Porter of Team Death Nugget made orange glazed pork loin and an Asian-style salad. Who came out as victor? It was a tie. Good job, cooks.
Do you need your resume to be looked over? Next Monday is Resumania. From 10 to 4, Career Services will be hosting its liberal arts career fair. Stop by the office to have your resume reviewed. Walk-ins are welcomed and no appointments are necessary.
Do you feel the need to express some concerns regarding the campus? This is your chance to do so. Next Tuesday in the Student Center, SGA will be asking students to fill out surveys about Eastern and their knowledge of SGA. The survey is done to gauge student awareness and to identify issues that students may be having on campus. In return, they will receive a free coffee mug that can be used in Hurley Hall and the Student Center. The event is from 10 to 12. Don't miss out on this great opportunity.
Have you ever heard about Invisible Children? If not, this is the event for you. Next Tuesday, residents will make t-shirts using Invisible Children stencils. During this time, they will be briefed on what the first documentary entailed and be able to visit with other residents. Present, after the t-shirts have been made, the documentary will be shown to update them on the issues in Uganda. There will be a discussion following the viewing that talks about the next steps the residents can take to help this great cause. Stop by Ockham Hall, room 400 to participate.
American Idol Season 7 winner David Cook will be performing at Easter on Sunday, March 8. The singer's self-titled album was released last year, and his single Light On is a big hit on the record charts. The intimate show will be in Schaefer Hall with less than 500 people in attendance from the Eastern community. David Cook tickets to the Idol show are already sold out, but stay tuned to News 22 for an exclusive update on the show.
The Campus Activity Board announces the spring concert artist. Marlena Carroll gets a scoop on how the students really feel.
Students were surveyed about the spring concert. CAB recently announced that Nas will be coming. We asked students how they felt about this news.
Nas, I'm happy, I'm ecstatic about it. It's one of my favorite artists. I just can't wait till he comes.
Are you serious, for real?
No way. Illmatic? For real? That's sick. I can't even explain it. That's awesome.
I don't know who Nas is, so I don't really have a reaction.
I think that would be fantastic. I think Nas is one of the top 4 rappers right now in the game, and I don't know, he's very influential, and I think that it would draw a large crowd at Eastern.
I feel good about it. Nas is a good performer. I like his music. The students voted for it, so I think it's going to be a good performance, and the student population is going to like it, so I approve of Nas.
I'm really excited. I've circled him on one of the surveys. I think he'd do a really good job as a concert.
Tickets for the spring concert go on sale here in the information desk. In the Student Center, I am Marlena Carroll reporting for News 22.
Nas has been voted as the top 10 most influential rappers of all time. Don't miss out on getting your ticket.
Comedian Jeff Keith, who has appeared on Chelsea lately, Comedy Central, and BET's One Mic Stand, will be performing in the BTR on Wednesday, March 11. Bring some friends and enjoy some laughs. The first 50 people at the show will receive a free t-shirt.
They're back on the train and heading to the farmhouse. The band Fish, who announced their breakup in 2004, is rehearsing for its upcoming reunion shows starting on March 6th, followed by a recording session in April for a new album and a summer tour. The band is gearing up not for a brief reunion, but for a sustainable phase 2 in the band's peculiar career. Keep a lookout for upcoming concerts coming to our area.
CAB will be taking a trip to Boston to see the Blue Man Group on Sunday, March 15th. The Blue Man Group is a creative organization that produces theatrical shows and concerts featuring music, comedy, and multimedia aspects. Tickets are $35 for students.
On Friday, March 13th, Cab's Friday After Dark series will be having a murder mystery dinner. The buffet-style dinner will include a performance by actors that will act out a murder mystery scenario. The dinner is free for Eastern students. Sign up at the information desk in the Student Center.
On Friday, the highly anticipated movie Watchmen will be opening nationwide. The critically acclaimed comic book has been adapted into a movie set in an alternate universe in 1985 when a nuclear war between America and Russia. The story focuses on the personal development and struggles of the protagonist as an investigation into the murder of a government-sponsored superhero pulls them out of retirement. Make sure to check out this action-packed, not your ordinary comic book movie.
ESPN anchor Linda Cohn came to Eastern Campus on March 4th. With so many fans across the country, this sports anchor broke many barriers to get where she is today. News 22 reporter Christina Genitados has more.
We got a chance to meet up with one of America's most successful women reporters, Linda Cohn. We got the inside scoop about her life and what it is like in the ESPN empire. When ABC hired Linda Cohn for its radio sports news show in 1987, she made history as the first full-time female sportscaster. A year later, Cohn began her television career and has spent the past 16 years working at ESPN as one of its most recognized anchors. Eastern students were given the opportunity to ask Ms. Cohn questions and get some feedback. Although Ms. Cohn has experienced some of the most unforgettable events in sports, her favorite moment is more personal.
I think that it's more of like, coming off the set after a great show where you did great and you had good chemistry with your co-anchor, you had laughs, you dealt with serious issues, you had fun on the highlights, and you leave smiling. That to me is always the best moment at ESPN. Hi, I'm Linda Cohn from ESPN. I am so glad you're watching News 22.
Topping the male-dominated sportscasting world, writing a novel and being a role model to many are only a few of Mrs. Cohn's accomplishments. From everyone at Eastern and here at News 22, we'd like to thank Mrs. Linda Cohn for visiting ECSU.
News 22 will return with this week's sports after this break.
First experience with drinking.
My first experience drinking.
I went shot for shot with a bunch of guys.
Gulped down the whole thing.
We finished a liter.
I drank a little bit too much.
There was a lot of vomiting. Ended up passed out in the closet.
I had to go to the hospital because I was sick. Found out that one of my real close friends was in the hospital.
I was 13. 14.
15. 13.
Whoa, what are you doing?
Throwing out my trash.
Don't you recycle?
Recycle?
Yes, it says toss bottles here.
Oh, all right.
Recycling prevents about 64 million tons of material from ending up in landfills every year. Eastern Connecticut State University makes it easy for students to do their part in recycling materials they use every day. Bins and containers for bottles, cans, and paper are located all over the campus. Recycling is as simple as separating your trash and tossing the recyclables into a 90-gallon bin near the dumpster located outside your resident hall. Reduce, reuse, and recycle Eastern.
Welcome back. With us we have Tyler Tupper with this week's sports update.
Thanks, ladies. This weekend the women's basketball team competed in, well, that's not going to work because we're not doing that.
Keep going.
Competed in the annual Little Conference News, annual Little East Conference. News 22 has the story. ECSU men's indoor track broke the same record twice in as many weeks. Eastern's distance medley relay team of Nicholas Neheimer, sophomore Mike Daly, freshman Steve Clayton, and junior Dave Hunt clocked in at a time of 10:39.58, shattering the record they set last Saturday of 10:54.39. ECSU women's indoor track was well represented last Friday in an open meet. Junior Erica Barber took 18th overall in the pole vault, while sophomore Amber Petrosa tied for 23rd place overall, with a season best time of 1 minute and 40.43 in the 400. The The Open hosted numerous teams in different divisions, including nearby UConn, which crushed the competition by scoring 186.5 points. The second place finisher, Northeastern, scored 61 points. Barber placed 7th best among Division III competitors, while Petrosa was 8th best among Division III opponents. The boys' baseball team comes into this year with high expectations that include winning an LAC title, the regional, and then a national championship. Coach Halawadi says, all of our players are key to our success. We have a veteran team coming back, defense wins games, and great team attitude wins championships. Team captains Tristan Hobbs and Sean Gilbert hope to lead the Warriors in the right direction and hopefully to their main goal of winning a Division III national championship. Last year, the women's lacrosse team did everything right and ended up capturing the LEC title and moving on to the NCAA tournament. Seniors Sarah Barrett, Jackie Bavano, and Jessica Richards hope to end their Warriors career with back-to-back LEC titles and a bid to the NCAA tournament. In 2 seasons as head coach at Eastern, Christina Hutchinson has been a perfect fit and has only known winning in her time here. In her 2 years at Eastern, she has gathered up 24 wins with only 13 losses and 2 LEC championships, and she hopes the winning keeps on coming in 2009 for the Warriors. Well, that's all for sports. Have a great weekend, Eastern.
That's it for News 22. I'm Carmen Chow.
And I'm Michelle Dracy. Have a great weekend, Eastern.